Welcome, class, first to our first official class. I'm not going to pronounce that correctly, but the correct pronunciation is a bit louder. I suppose you'll be well aware of that. You'll have gathered your notebooks. Wait, Blumbo, please stop eating. Fine. Y'all are gonna be a tough crowd. We gotta get you to work together somehow. So let's take attendance. First up, Gooby, Glooby, Gooby, Glooby. I'll take that as a here. So you're known for frolicking in the fields. They've seen you doing that a lot. Are you really enjoying yourself? Glooby, Glooby, Glooby. I'm Glooby. Do you know how to say something other than your name? Because last time I thought, last time I checked, Pokemon are supposed to be more intelligent than this, but I Glooby, my dude. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But you're too you're too innocent for this. Come here. Anyway, uh, Fallon. Here, Fallon, how many times have you repeated this class? Or a class like this, I suppose? Well, actually, it was because my teachers. Dude, my colleagues have said some fascinating things about you that I'm sure. I can't be talking about my students like this. Anyway, it's a nice and sunny day out, so why don't you just go hang out outside? Well, I need to be in this class, sir. Fallon, Fallon, you are 14. This is the first grade. I can't believe you. You can do better than this, Fallon. How are you in Cal? Well, Fallon, how did you? Okay, I'm sorry. Anyway, ha, forgive me. How do you pronounce that? Bosquet. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Bosquets, you have this. Are you doing well? Yes, sir. So, that's a lovely drawing that you have there. And how long have you been practicing English? Yes, sir. I I'm sorry, I don't mean to put you on the spot like that, but seriously, you're doing a fantastic job. You know what? You're doing great. Orion. Ooh. Right. Dude. Or, uh, dudette, or whomstever ye be. Oh, what's that? What's that animal? Well, you see it's an Anomalocaries, and they are perfect. Okay, uh, anim, anima, anima, oh, okay. And you really love onions, don't you? They're like Shrek. They have layers. You don't need to speak like that, you know? Okay, I'll just leave you be. There are probably folks who are gonna cause us more problems, but anyway, Blumbo, I thought I told you to get the. It's loose leaf paper. It's not a leaf. Sides. Okay. Sheer, is sheer cold present or absent? Sheer, I'm gonna need you to look at me while I'm talking. You always talk to you always talk to everyone else. What's the problem? I'll take that as a present. Anyway, moving on. Pevi? Pevi, are you well? I've been very good. It's kind of difficult to hear you. Can you speak up, please? Present. Okay, you enjoying yourself lately? In the working on anything? No? I've got the I've if you want us to skip you and come back, that's okay. Okay. I can see you nodding. It's it's completely understandable. It's hard to converse, especially around. I'm not going to talk myself in a corner. Moving on. Arsenals. Present. So, would you like to talk about your favorite at Arsenal? We don't serve dirt here. Well, it just sounds to me like you just prefer to discriminate against me because I ain't eating nothing but dirt. My ancestors eating nothing but dirt. And I reckon that you'll find me with a jar of dirt inside of dirt inside of dirt, and I done told you what. That's the darndest thing that you'll ever done see. I am superior. That says Lake Superior. That's just proof of that. You ain't knowing nothing about Arsenal. I'm from the north. Okay. Are you. So you really do love. Alright, I just hope you're doing okay. Okay? Let me see if I'm pronouncing this right. All for naught. Mate, I done told you it's all for naught. It's all for naught. Sorry. You realize you don't need to apologize, right? Al for naught never apologizes. I shall take over the. Sorry. Dude, you just proved yourself wrong. Sorry. Okay. You sure do love Canadians. Wait, was Moby Dick take place in Canada? I don't think so. I think it takes place in the ocean. I mean, you got me there, but anyway, wait, are you okay? Ellis here? Ellis here. Ellis here, are you okay? You don't. What? Ellis here? You didn't get around to finishing what you want to grow up to be. Why? 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 Seriously, are you okay? Please, come see me after class. Please. Eh, doop, derp, derp, derp. I couldn't agree more. Hello, folks. This is Weasley's MDL, mid-lowish tier AAA. What I got here is, well, for my first pick, I went for, my original idea for first pick was Swampert, but Hisu and Gudra fell to me, and people kept saying it was so good, it was so good, it was so good, but I guess I decided, like, I wanted to go for it, also because, like, I didn't want anyone else using it. This mon has, like, all of the coverage moves. You can see all its coverage moves right here. It is rather extensive. And although it's not really got very much utility, like, it's got knock, it's got knock. It's got a lot of moves. And this mon is going to be very obnoxious to break through. Like, Regen and Grassy Surge both fix, like, one of the more major problems with it. Grassy Surge is so that I can reduce the power of Earthquake and also give myself constant recovery without having to switch out, which is better in certain sets. And Regen is just going to be so, like, you can't really break through it. And it's just going to take so many special attacks. And you get a lot of, like, really good sets with this. You've got, like, so right here it is 19 points, by the way, and it's going to be a mon that I find, that I reckon will be very powerful, just because it's got big numbers, it's got, like, really a lot of recovery because it nullified its biggest weakness. So honestly, I can't wait to see how people try to beat it. And I've got, for my second pick, a flying type just cancels all the weaknesses of Hudra. So I got Talon. Talon I thought was very good because of the fact that, like, Brave Bird does no recoil, Flare Blitz does no recoil, it can set up an SD and become very powerful. And, like, Magic Garden with it is just so perfect because it not only does it make it so that you don't have to run boots, it also makes the, it also even could make Life Orb not deal recoil, and there's a bunch of other items that can take advantage of Magic Guard, even just by nature of you not being forced to run basically a useless item just to prevent you from losing half your health on entrance. And also, Desolate Land isn't a good, cool alternative option if I want to run like Solar Beam, if I want to run like very powerful fire moves at the expense of my held item slot or at the expense of risking rocks getting set up. That could be very interesting. Florges. Florges is unaware. My first thought was unaware Florges, just because of the fact that it doesn't have to deal with setup as much, and Florges can be very powerful. It does if its main problem is that it doesn't really. It's kind of passive sometimes, so it can be vulnerable to getting set up on. But if unaware Florges can just wall something, that 112 special attack Moonblast is often going to be able to break through many setup sweepers before they can break through Florges just through sheer power alone. And Fluffy is a great other ability to have on it because even though it gives me a bit of a fire weakness, it also having the power of contact moves is very, very good. I technically do have anti-fire coverage in the form of chilling water, but I doubt I'm gonna bring that very often since it's just not a very strong move. But like being able to recover HP through various means, like you have Wish Protect for the entire team, and that could help a lot with some of like if I ever want to run like a grassy surge Glooby, it would be helpful to have that recovery. A bunch of my other mons also do appreciate like wish passing, and it's not really as passive anymore because it doesn't have to worry about being sat on. And then Celebi Prankster, I was originally thinking Leech, but it has some way more cancerous things it can do with Prankster. Like you get dual screens, you get rocks, you get T-Wave, you get Trick on your Scarf sets and stuff. CM could be helpful because like you get the Spadef boost that helps your survivability before you take a hit. Prankster is just very good at all around his utility ability, and it adds to how absurdly bulky my team already is. And Protean is just to get rid of Celebi's absolutely horrendous typing. Just like clicking an Aura Sphere, clicking a D-Gleam, clicking a Nasty Plot even, or like heck, like U-turn, Shadow Ball, whatever, getting the boost on stab, losing half your typing so that you can have a better matchup into things could be great. And like its coverage is surprisingly extensive. Blumbo, Blumbo's Turbo Blaze is primarily because a lot of Pokemon are running like immunity abilities to ground. Like they're abusing those ground immunity abilities a ton. They're abusing the Earth Eaters, the Levitates, and Turbo Blaze ignores that. So your 4 times ground weaknesses have to be scared of this mon again. And Aerolate, Aerolate is to make this thing very annoying to switch into. It already gets a ton of coverage. I almost consider Refrigerate and Pixelate also because they prevent spin blocking as well. But it already gets Ice and Fairy coverage. It doesn't get good flying coverage. I mean, you could run Bounce, but now you have like 144 base power Brave Bird on a Dawn fan. That sounds like the most dystopian thing. And Frostlass. Frostlass has a ton of Technician moves. I decided to give it Technician Sturdy. Sturdy is for like the setup of the Wisp, Spikes, D-Bond, whatever. And because normally it runs Sash, and now I can afford to run another item, and that could be really valuable if it were like boots to make sure my Sash doesn't get my Sturdy doesn't get broken or like whatever. I don't know what else there is to say. Technician is because it's because of this move and all most of these moves and this move and this move and yeah, it's it's pretty strong. Although 80 base attack isn't a lot to start with, it gets a fair bit better. PVI is yeah, just look at this number. That's all you need to know. It gets some moves, it gets enough. its moves are enough. Nothing insane, just enough. And that's good. And that's good. Primordial Sea gives you like 100% accurate thunder, gives you that fire immunity. Like thunder could be very annoying. Mostly not because of like the 20 base power boost off of T-Bolt. The reason you click thunder is so that you can get the para chance. Like it is like more like a 30 base power boost because discharge has the same para chance, but it's a it's an upgrade. And it does give you like the natural immunity to fire, which is very valuable for Vikavolt, especially on my team, which is kind of fire vulnerable anyway. Beads of Ruin because Chi-Yu. I don't think I have to say anything else. Sword of Ruin because Chen Pao. I don't think I have to say anything else. But also this move and this move and possibly some of these. It's pretty strong. Earth Eater because num 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 me like immunity to weakness looks good on type chart. Num 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 me like immunity to weakness looks good on type chart. Like this is a good defensive profile with like Sap Sipper. You have like 5 weak resistances and like a couple weaknesses, kind of like how a bulky water is supposed to be. Elixir, Dark Aura, and Shadow Shield. Shadow Shield is so that you can set up like a sword stance, but Dark Aura makes most moves very, very strong. Like with like a lot of the moves in here, like it, Absol does have coverage. It has CC. It has like Megahorn, Play Rough, Psycho Cut. It has decent coverage, but wouldn't you rather just be clicking a stab move every time? Because Sucker, Pursuit, and Knock are everything. that's Absol basically. And like Shadow Shield lets you set up a sword stance that lets you boost your coverage moves, lets you do a whole bunch of stuff other than that. And Furret is silly. Furret was like the last Pokemon I needed to complete all of the types. If you'll see on this glorious, glorious uh, draft sprites sheet on this, I was the only one who completed the challenge right here. I completed the challenge. Nobody else has all of the types, and it satisfies my OCD. That's what I needed. Furret, well-baked body because why not? And guts because that's the only ability I will need. It's just Wee Ball, guts for it. And you're going to be seeing a lot of that, I am sure. So, that's the team. Like, Furret has great coverage as well. I thought I might mention that. Absol has a weirdly good supporting move pool, like with Taunt, T-Wave, Wisp. Wisp! That's bizarre. Shell Smash, Hazards equals yes. And like a lot of these mons have great. I hope it's a good team. I really do. Because it looked so good to me, and I really don't understand. Like, people are saying it's so bad. Like, these little guys, they're saying they're so bad, but, like, I mean, like, mostly just so mid more than anything, but I hope to prove them wrong. See y'all around.